What's the point? The point is that you need to be humble when you're an entrepreneur. In this video, I want to go over 5 brief tips on how to be an entrepreneur in a field you know nothing about. I personally have yet to fully live out each of these points myself, but they are in and of themselves goals that I do have and that I think other people would benefit from knowing. Number 1, do your research. And I mean it. Don't half donkey it. Go full donkey. A couple of Google searches won't do you any harm, but go beyond those couple of Google searches and find some quality sources that can inform your work. For my part, I use Unity as a game engine for Glottoverse, but you can bet that I keep a couple of tabs open on the Unity documentation and forums so that I can search the heck out of any problems I find. It takes time, but when you don't know that field, doing the research can only help yourself, and it makes an impact on future conversations you will have from people that are from that field. Point 2. On top of that research, set aside as much time as you can to just learn. Now, you may think that this is the same point as number 1, but it's not. When I research questions about how to solve Unity issues, or when I research what the business formation process looks like, I can't just leave it at research. Ultimately, I need to just spend quite a bit of time just learning what the overarching concepts are like and were. For example, when I researched the difficulty I was having in writing coroutines in C# coding, it wasn't enough to research a fix to the problem that I was having. I had to spend a decent amount of time just learning about what coroutines actually are and how they compare to other functions, or even the situations of when or not to use them. Before beginning any sort of development on Glottoverse's projects, I spent 2 months learning from the free tutorials that Unity has on their website. This process is something I credit for any amount of success that I have or will have had. Point number 3, make friends. This is definitely the hardest one for me. In the end, you can't do everything yourself, and if you do, your business will die with your overworked self. In the end, I have had to really reach out to other people to ask for their insights and assistance, which was hard. On a time level, it seems to be like a waste of time. 20 hours that I spent trying to scope out a future employee or get advice from someone, I could have easily just dedicated to improving a skill that I needed for my products. I can tell you, though, that the little I have reached out has most definitely made an impact on me, and I know for a fact that I need many more people. What? Where do you find those people? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one. Number 4. When you speak to people, you listen. They may be wrong, and if they're talking about your business, they probably are wrong. But as an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. They're talking to you. In my opinion, becoming an entrepreneur has given me a great filter, an input filter. People have given me lots of advice about legal matters, financial structure, product design, product staging, and just other parts of business modeling. But regardless of their expertise, they don't always give me relevant information. While this is true of any sector of life, it's especially important as an entrepreneur to not fight back so hard when people are just talking to you. The people speaking might come up with a totally non-relevant piece of information to your question that actually answers or solves a question you hadn't even thought of. Not to mention, listening and not fighting back are totally necessary here, because you need to be not listening and fighting back in plenty of other areas of your relationships and conversations. Point number 5. The last point, and ultimately the point of this video, is to be humble. One of my mentors has shared with me as a professor of entrepreneurs that many entrepreneurs can bring a worthless product to market, and many engineers can't get a fantastic product to an investor, or much less to the market. In the end, it takes both parties to be humble and listen to the other side in order to make tangible and effective solutions that get to market. When you engage people, especially those in the field you might be trying to infiltrate, you need to be humble when approaching them in conversation or in business. When you suffer losses in your company and when big changes hit, you have to stay humble to accept the change that occurs. So long as all parties involved care about your company or your product, it can only make it better. So, those were my ideas on how to infiltrate an alien field. If you enjoyed my perspective on entrepreneurship, support me and go over to my Facebook and Twitter page for Glottoverse to follow and keep up to date with them. Don't forget to subscribe!